Welcome to this training brought to you by the North San Diego County Realtors, where we turn real-world case interpretations published by the National Association of Realtors into practical lessons that reinforce the Realtor Code of Ethics in action. Today's focus: Realtors purchase a property listed with the firm from Case Interpretation 1-21 under Article 1 of the Realtor Code of Ethics. Article 1 is the foundation of the Realtor Code of Ethics. It emphasizes loyalty, care, and transparency, especially when your client is placing their trust in you to guide them through one of the most significant transactions of their life. Even when another realtor is involved, or when a transaction occurs within the same brokerage, your duty to protect and promote your client's interest remains unchanged.
Mr. and Mrs. A visited Realtor B's office and explained they had owned a 4-bedroom ranch house nearby for 30 years, but since their children were grown and Mr. A was retiring, they wanted to sell their home and tour the country in their motorhome. Realtor B and Mr. and Mrs. A entered into an exclusive listing agreement. Realtor B conducted an open house, advertised in a local paper, and took other steps to actively promote the sale. 4 weeks after the property went on the market, Realtor B received a call from Realtor Z, a broker affiliated with the same firm who worked out of the firm's principal office downtown. Realtor Z explained that she had seen information regarding Mr. and Mrs. A's home in the MLS and was interested in the property as an investment. She indicated she was sending an offer to purchase via electronic mail to Realtor B. When Realtor B met with Mr. and Mrs. A to present Realtor Z's offer, he carefully explained and presented a written disclosure that Realtor Z was a member of the same firm, although he was not personally acquainted with her. Mr. and Mrs. A, being satisfied with the terms and conditions of the purchase offer, signed it, and several weeks later, the sale closed and a commission was paid to Realtor B. Several weeks later, Realtor B received a letter from Attorney T, representing Mr. and Mrs. A. Attorney T's letter indicated that since a member of Realtor B's firm had purchased the property, in Attorney T's opinion, Realtor B was not entitled to a commission. The letter went on to demand that Realtor B refund the commission that had been paid by Mr. and Mrs. A. Realtor B politely but firmly refused to refund the commission. Mr. and Mrs. A filed a complaint with the Association of Realtors alleging that Realtor B's refusal to refund the commission constituted a violation of Article 1 of the Code of Ethics. Realtor B, in his response, agreed with the facts as stated in Mr. and Mrs. A's complaint, but indicated that he had faithfully represented the best interests of Mr. and Mrs. A and had no obligation to refund the commission. The Grievance Committee concluded that the matter should be referred to a hearing panel of the Association's Professional Standards Committee. At the hearing, Mr. and Mrs. A repeated the facts as set forth in their written complaint and, in response to Realtor B's cross-examination, acknowledged that Realtor Z had not influenced their decision to list the property with Realtor B or their decision as to the asking price. They also agreed that Realtor B had carefully disclosed that Realtor Z was a member of the same firm and that Realtor B had represented their best interests throughout the transaction. Their only disagreement with Realtor B, they stated, was that since their home had been purchased by a member of Realtor B's firm, they should not have been obligated to pay a commission and that Realtor B's refusal to refund the commission violated Article 1. The hearing panel concluded that Realtor B had promoted Mr. and Mrs. A's interests and had carefully disclosed that Realtor Z was a member of the same firm, and that Realtor B's refusal to refund commission did not constitute a violation of Article 1.
In this case, Mr. and Mrs. A wanted to sell their longtime family home so they could enjoy retirement on the road. They listed the property with Realtor B, who promoted it actively and brought in a buyer, Realtor Z, who worked in the same firm. Realtor B disclosed the affiliation clearly and in writing. The sellers accepted the offer, the sale closed, and everyone seemed satisfied, until weeks later when the sellers demanded a refund of the commission. Their argument: since the buyer worked at the same firm as their listing agent, they believed the commission should not have been paid. At the ethics hearing, the panel carefully examined the facts from both parties. Mr. and Mrs. A acknowledged that Realtor B had disclosed in writing that the buyer, Realtor Z, was affiliated with the same firm. This disclosure was made before the offer was signed, giving the sellers full transparency before moving forward. They also confirmed that Realtor Z had not influenced their decision to list the property or set the asking price. The offer had come through regular channels and was evaluated based on its merits. Mr. and Mrs. A admitted they were satisfied with the sale, the price, and how Realtor B managed the transaction. Their only concern was the commission, feeling that because the buyer came from the same firm, it somehow changed Realtor B's entitlement to payment. Realtor B defended his actions, stating he had fulfilled his ethical obligation to promote and protect the seller's interest throughout. He emphasized that the affiliation with Realtor Z had no impact on his loyalty to the clients and that the commission was earned through diligent representation. The panel ruled in Realtor B's favor. They concluded that disclosure was handled properly. The seller's interest was prioritized, and nothing about the intra-firm relationship compromised the quality of the representation. Simply put, a transaction within the same firm, when disclosed and managed ethically, doesn't cancel out the right to compensation. This case illustrates that transparency is non-negotiable, especially when the buyer is another realtor from your own firm. It's not just good practice, it's an ethical obligation. Disclosure must always be clear, in writing, and presented before the client commits to the deal. This helps manage expectations and prevent misunderstandings down the road. Importantly, working with a colleague or even within your own firm doesn't lessen your duty to protect the client's interests. If anything, it raises the bar. Your role is still to promote your client's goals and provide them with all the facts they need to make an informed decision. No matter who is on the other side of the transaction, the responsibility to act ethically and professionally remains. That means full disclosure, unwavering loyalty, and a consistent standard of care in every deal. If you were Realtor B, how would you handle this kind of scenario? What would you say to your clients if a colleague from your office wanted to make an offer? Would you provide written disclosures up front? And if your client raised concerns, even after full disclosure, how would you clarify their rights and your responsibilities? These situations test your communication skills and your understanding of the code. Clear expectations, written documentation, and honest conversations are the key to navigating intra-office transactions ethically and confidently. Thanks for joining us for this case interpretation review. Ethical dilemmas aren't always dramatic. Sometimes they're subtle, hiding the details of disclosure, perception, and communication. Stay sharp, stay ethical, and remember, your client's trust is earned and protected through your words and actions. For more real-world training and resources, visit www.youtube.com/@NSDC Realtors.